Hello, folks. It's Elsie from Time to Invest. Today is Sunday, May the 1st, 2016, and I'm broadcasting from Australia in the afternoon. It's about 6:30 in the afternoon in Australia. Um, the topic of this video that I'm broadcasting today, it's about what is money? What exactly is money? I've known a few people that been following my channels, and I've had questions and on my feedback and questions on my channel about what I think is money, and does the paper money has any value at all, or do we have to keep it? Do we What do we have to do with it? How do we transfer the paper money into real wealth, real money? So I just wanted to start with this picture that you can see on my channel now. It says there is the Central Bank of Iraq and is a $25,000 gold dinar note, and it's got some beautiful colors around it, and it's yeah, it's I believe it's been taken away once the America invade the Iraq. They've removed the old note, and now it's kind of a different note going around in Iraq. Now, I don't want to spend too much time in literate you guys about the note and da 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 da. I just wanted to explain the real reason behind it. What is the government doing? So what's happening is all the paper money is backed by the government. The dollar is backed by the government. Initially, the US dollar, was backed by gold, way before 1971. All other currencies were pegged with US dollar. So all the transactions, all the trades, um, all the expected trade from all the countries, they would have to buy the US dollar, and then with a currency. In this case, would be the Iraq note, the Central Bank of Iraq. So they will have to buy, let's say you want to buy a furniture, or you want to buy a TV, you will have to buy the US dollar with your currency, and then with US dollar you could purchase the TV. Um, Now, from 1975, they've taken that away. President Nixon has removed the gold backing from the US dollar. So since 1975, 1971, sorry, correct, 1971. Since 1971, I believe August 1971, President Nixon has actually went on the TV and announced that the US dollar is no longer backed by gold. From then on, the US dollar became a paper money. It just became just currency. It's just like a monopoly money, really. There's no really difference between the US dollar and the monopoly money. But the difference is that they got rid of the gold. If you look into the history, I don't think they had too much gold. They were borrowing too much. The countries, they were using the gold to go to war, to go and do other stuff, and they were running out of gold because countries will ask for their gold back. For example, if you need, like Germany just recently asked US, I believe in 2011, they asked US for their gold back. They asked the US and Fort Knox, they wanted the gold back because US was keeping the German gold in New York, and Fort Knox was keeping there. So US doesn't have that gold. So what they said to Germany government is that they have the gold, but it would take 7 years to deliver that gold. Um, to carry on with more information, so the difference between the paper money and the gold money is that the paper money is paper, which we all know is just print paper, and lots of beautiful coloring and all that, and more likely it will have a stamp, official stamp of the government, and a few people that mean something to their country, and then that's it. There's no other thing. There's no other value in that paper. The paper is accepted because the government forced people to accept it. They declare it as a legal tender. Um, Legal tender means, I actually went to the dictionary to just have a very good idea what legal tender means, what the fiat currency means. The fiat currency means, it means is unconvertible and is a paper money made by legal government decree. In other words, is forced by government. So is a legal tender which is forced by government to be agreed to be exchanged in exchange of goods, services, um, anything. It's a legal tender that way. Gold is not a legal tender. Gold, it's money on itself. It's actually money, but they took away the legal tender, which is the trades with gold and things like that with gold, because gold was pegged with the US dollar, so there wasn't no need to have the gold also as a legal tender. So gold was the back of the actually currency. So that's gone. And the problem we have at the moment is that China and Russia and mainly China and Russia, Iran and Saudi Arabia are actually disputing about they want the gold back, and they want to have the gold as the back currency. So as you all know, China just got into uh, um, the Europe Humanitarian Fund as the with the yuan with their currency. So they just managed to get into that agreement. So they've got tons and tons and tons of gold. And the biggest fear for the US now is that China wants their currency to be the universal currency, and then China wants to back the currency with gold. Well, US can't do that because they don't have that gold. Um, they say they have, and when you look at the files, when you look at the history, and when you look at how much they should have, it shows that they actually have more gold than any other country. But when it comes to do this kind of deal, they don't want it. So that just tells me that they don't have the gold, because if they did have the gold, they would still be in control of the currency, will still be backed. So all they had to do is say, "Oh, we're going to back with gold." And yeah, we do have 19 trillions of dollars in debt, but we're going to back our currency with gold. And Uncle Sam is not going to die anymore because we're going to back him. We're going to save him. We're going to give him this antidote, which is gold, and he's going to be walking by tomorrow, and everything's going to be fine. Well, that's not what's happening. So they don't have the gold, and that's why we have so much war and going to Libya, going to Iraq, going to a few places to extract their gold and to enforce the currency as the world currency, dollar currency. Um, Now, the difference with fiat currency is that fiat is just a legal tender forced by the government. And the difference with gold is actually have all the quality of real money. Gold and silver have the quality of real money, which is durable. It lasts for a very, very long time. Um, if you go back to when Titanic sunk in the ocean, and people were digging in, people were like divers were going in there looking for gold, looking for precious metals, gold, diamond, things like that. They were not looking for the continental currency that was back used at that time. They were looking for gold. And because gold now it can be changed to the currency that it's now in value, it's now legal tender. So gold is durable, gold is portable, which 1 ounce of gold it has the same value everywhere in Australia, in New Zealand, China, Europe, you name it, everywhere. Gold is divisible. It can be divided into small portions, a quarter, a quarter. So 1 ounce can be half of an ounce, a quarter of an ounce, a fifth of an ounce, and it can be divided by any quantity of that you need to pay or do exchange. Is uniform is a unique, which you don't find everywhere. It's very rare. It's very hard to find. You have to dig, you have to work, you have to put labor into it to find gold. And is acceptable. So is acceptable everywhere. It doesn't matter where you go. If you have gold or silver, um, anyone will accept it. If you go to China, they will accept it. If you go to Iraq, they accept it. If you go to United States, they accept it. So that's why gold is money, and gold is accepted everywhere, and gold is your insurance. So at the moment, all currencies, including the one that you're looking at it right now, say Central Bank of Iraq, um, they are just backed currencies. They are paper money that the government forced people to accept, and they can print more and more, and then yeah, they can play the monopoly again by just printing and printing, and there's nothing, and that's why we have inflation. So there's nothing that the people can do about it. This is my opinion, so I'm doing this video to show a few people the importance of real money compared with gold. So this paper money and even the Federal Reserve notes, and they all paper money. The shares, the stocks, they all paper money. They all tenetary and tenetary wealth. So which means it's all fiat and made by the government and acceptable because the system, the law and order is still in place, and people will accept it. Once it's too much of it and the bubble busts, no one is going to want to use it. No one's going to want to use it. No one's going to want to know about it. And if you take it everywhere to exchange to the bank is going to be closed and say, no, we don't take that because we got a lot of it. You go to Zimbabwe, where they had the Zimbabwe money, and they print trillions of trillions in notes, and people walking around with it like trillions of it, and it means nothing now. If you go to it, when if you go back to when the German in 1930s, when they had the collapse in the United States and worldwide, so the World War II. So in Germany, they had a lot of marks, Waymark notes, and yeah, it didn't mean anything. So all your wealth is in that paper. And if the government wants to destroy it, all they have to do is print more and more and more. And if you stay with the paper, that means you lose your currency. So your wealth, everything that you work for, if you're coming up for retirement now and all your money is in the bank in paper or digital currency money, um, once this collapse pops, you're going to lose everything. Um, I know, there's still speculation, people still speculating that that's not true or this is never going to happen. And, but when you look at the news and you look at what's happening in the world, so President Obama just had two emergency meetings with Federal Reserve and Joe Biden, the vice president of the United States. So they both had a private meeting with Federal Reserve with Janet Yellen to discuss what's going on with the dollar. Um, they trying to put a break on China not to use the yuan as the main currency, because if China do that, um, bye bye, greenback currency is gone. So I'm just trying to explain to everyone that I know and my views about paper money. Paper money is just simple. It's paper money. So, yeah, you might, after the whole thing happened, after the collapse come and gone, if you still have the notes, the Central Bank of Iraq, say 25,000 gold dinar, some people might want to buy it from you because they are collectors, or it's got some value for them as a collector money. It's same as the Zimbabwe money. If you go to eBay, you see some of the Zimbabwe money $1 trillion. Like you see going for $50 or $25, or people will buy it, but just as a collectible, or they'll buy it for to keep it just for history, for their own need. The paper by itself won't have any value. The banks won't take it. But if you have gold, if you have it now, then everyone, everywhere you go, is acceptable. If you have a gold dinar coin, it's acceptable everywhere because it's actually gold. It's actually gold melted into a coin, right? And yeah, it has value in it. It hasn't got 1 ounce of value in it, but it has value in it. It's same as the US all coins, the US all coins, forgot the name of them. They also have value. Even the Australian 20 cents Australian from 1960s, they were made of silver. Not 100% silver, but they were made of silver. So they have some value in it because they were silver melt into some sort of a metal. And yeah, and here we go. So now they've taken all that away. So everything is not, it's just coin. It's not, it's just metal, but it's not gold. It's not silver. It's not gold. It's not silver. It's just metal. It doesn't mean anything. So once the currency goes, so this is your time to buy gold and silver. If you don't have any gold and silver, this is your time to buy it, and you're running out of time because um, if you look at the news in the United States, they're talking about the Deutsche Bank. The Deutsche Bank just declared that they were doing manipulation on the silver, on the gold and silver. They were doing a lot of manipulation specifically on silver, and it's just all kinds of suits coming towards their bank at the moment. So they actually admit that they were doing silver manipulation, which the price of silver was just so low. So I think it's something around $16 at the moment. So they reckon soon will be 18, and then once he reaches 18, he's going to take off like a rock. Um, so I'll leave you with some ideas, the difference here. So if you are holding any paper, I don't care what it is. If it's paper, you know, it's just paper. It's just paper that you put on the wall, or it's just paper. Um, but if you have sentimental values with that, if you have if it means something to you, or if you collect, things like that, and you want to keep it, that's up to you. That's what some people want to do. But I don't keep any paper. I do have some paper, just a little bit of paper, in case things go bad and the bank's closed. I don't have to go to the bank and withdraw 60 euros, which is something around 65 Australian, dollars, every day. That's nothing. You can't live in that for a day. And that's what they've done in Greece. And that's what they're looking to do worldwide. So um, I'll leave you with some insight about the info that I got about the paper money. All paper money, they all same, they all legal tender, and they all forced by the government. So if you're in China, they're forced by the China government. If you're in Australia, Australian government, and whatever you are, they're forced by that government. So unless he's got a gold back in, if he's got gold back into it, I would say, if I were you, I would take that note back to where the government backs with gold, and I'll say, oh, here's the note, give me the gold. I'll rather keep the gold. You keep the note, and thank you very much. And everyone's having a nice day. Um, so that's my insight, and I wanted to just let you guys know that the collapse is coming and it's unavoidable, and we're talking about weeks to months to for this collapse to happen. So we today's 1st of May, so we're looking about just before the election. Something is about to happen before the election, and everything is very spooky at the moment. The government is not telling us anything, and they're hiding everything. You look in Australia, we had like 5 prime ministers changing, in less than 5 years. In US, we have so much politics, we have so much wars, and they now want to go to war with Russia, and and China is backing up Russia, and they're backing up, the um, backing up the Assad, and they still want to get Assad out. They still want to take him out, and it's just all corrupt. The whole system is just corrupt. And if you're not in gold, silver, land, and things which is a hard value, it has to be absolutely a hard value. Then you can lose big time, and that's my advice to you. And you can do whatever you want to do. You're free choice. And my advice is only my opinion and my advice to everyone. I'm not I'm not I'm not telling you to go and buy it. I'm telling you what I do to myself, and I'm telling you what can happen. And it's up to you to go and get a professional advice and do what's best for you. And so I just want to leave you guys with this video, and thank you very much for asking questions and sending posts to my channel. And you all have a good day, and I'll catch you up soon. Bye.